Top 10 life hacks for professionals. Each of us has the same number of hours in a day. It's not because they have more hours in the day than you that you see certain people reach incredible achievement. It's because they've found out a method to employ those hours in a more efficient and productive way that allows for compounding benefits. Whether you want to advance your profession or simply have greater control over your personal schedule, these are the 10 life hacks you must incorporate into your daily routine. Number 1. Set all of your alarms. If it's not on my mobile calendar, it doesn't happen. I know I'm not the only one who lives by this rule. Success usually comes from being able to manage more with less work, which means you can handle 10 times the duties of most people with the same or even less effort. This relates to the concept of working smart rather than hard. As a result, you can't expect to recall everything as your duties grow. It is, in reality, a waste of mental energy. Simply set reminders and turn up when it's time. It's that simple. Number 2. Send a Google Calendar invite to anyone who wishes to book a call. If someone contacts you to request a call, or if you email someone to plan a call, always send a Google call invite. This not only ensures that you don't forget, but it also ensures that the other person doesn't forget. It also demonstrates that you're on top of your game. You're well organized and you'll show up exactly when you say you'll be there. Number 3. Group your activities together rather than bouncing between them. Do you have a lot of calls coming in this week? Try to fit them all within one afternoon, back to back to back. Conduct, you need to do a lot of video editing. Instead of doing some now and some later, do it all in the morning. Do you have to prepare a large pitch for a new client? Set aside an evening to focus solely on that. You can go considerably more quickly if you complete related chores one after the other. The reason for this is that you go into a zone where you only do that one type of activity. You'll be brain dead and fatigued by the time it's 2 p.m. If you have a call, then try to edit a video for 40 minutes, then respond to 2 emails, and then hop on another call. Number 4. Don't begin your day by checking your email. Begin with the most difficult things. This golden rule is followed by the majority of entrepreneurs. When you check your inbox first thing in the morning, you immediately put yourself in a reactive mode. Instead of setting out to do what you know you need to do first, you're reacting to the day and other people's requests. Instead, begin your day with a difficult task. Work on the difficult work first and keep the mind-numbing email activities for later in the day. However, don't squander those valuable morning hours replying to other people's requests. They'll have to wait. This isn't out of disrespect. It's merely a conscious effort to preserve your time. Number 5. Volunteer to help someone you really want to learn from. This is a professional life hack that is grossly underappreciated. I am a great believer in doing unpaid work in exchange for the chance to learn something new. The majority of people do not believe this. They acquire a particular level of professional accomplishment or status and refuse to return the intern role. If it means learning the things I want to learn, I'll be an intern for the rest of my life. I'd much rather forgo a short-term cash benefit in exchange for long-term education. Even today, there are people with whom I work for free solely because they know things I want to learn from them. What's more, you know what's amusing? Free labor almost always leads to greater and better possibilities if you're competent at what you do. Number 6. Make sure you save more money than you spend. Most people avoid taking risks, both personally and professionally, because they are afraid of losing money. For example, many people won't leave their 9-to-5 job to pursue a passion simply because they can't bear the financial risk. They don't have enough money set aside to make such a decision. So, why don't you have enough money set aside? Probably due to the fact that you spend more than you save. Having money in the bank allows you to take greater risks, develop bolder ideas, and live a more fulfilling life. Work toward a lifestyle that permits you to save more than you spend by any means required. This in and of itself will alter your perspective on life. Number 7, develop your personal brand on the internet. Do you want to discover what the most effective professional life hack is? Having a personal brand is important. People reach out to you once they know who you are. Opportunities come your way when others realize what you're all about. People want to collaborate with you when they understand the value you can bring, and only you. All of these things come as a result of sharing your knowledge and putting yourself out there, often known as developing a personal brand. When I communicate this concept to people, they usually think of it as a cost. However, people will take a long time to figure out who I am and what I do, they explain. And they are correct. It is unquestionably an investment, but it's an investment that will pay off in the long run if you keep approaching business one coffee discussion at a time. You may scale your knowledge by creating a personal brand, and that, my friends, is power. Number 8, make time to unwind. It is unrealistic to have responsibilities from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's also not a long-term solution. A better long-term strategy to avoid burning out, collapsing, and then spending a week recovering is to schedule time to relax. Allow yourself an hour to go eat lunch if you've been on the phone all morning. Spend your weekend doing something relaxing if you've had a stressful week. As you progress in life, you must be willing to play the long game. Number 9, as much as possible, delegate. If an hour of your time is worth X, then outsource anything below that. One of the only ways to truly scale your time is to delegate. Delegation is difficult for many people for 2 reasons. If you want to be a one-man show, then go ahead and do everything alone. However, if you want to maximize your time and create something bigger than yourself, you'll have to let go of some of your emotional attachments. Number 10, as you get more successful, remind yourself to remain open and humble. Here's a business tip that most people don't know about. Let's pretend you begin to have a lot of success in your life. You move from a youthful, eager entrepreneur to an industry superstar in a few years. So, what's next? This is where most people's ego comes into play. They begin to think of themselves as superior to others. They attend fewer meetings and make fewer phone calls. They cut themselves off from the rest of the world because they don't believe they have anything left to prove. That's a surefire way to shut off doors of opportunity. The bigger you become and the more success you achieve, the harder it becomes to remain open and humble. Continue to respond to anyone who approaches you. Sure, I'd love to grab coffee, assuming you can realistically make the time. Continue to take calls, listen to smaller podcasts, share your knowledge, and help others. Giving is a life hack in and of itself that many people overlook. The more you give, the more likely something wonderful will come back to you 9 times out of 10. For you and your schedule, this life will be game-changing. For more informative, educative, and entertainment tips, subscribe to our page.